Okay, hey there, everybody. I really need to grab a bit of information from another streaming or OBS instance and see if I've got useful metrics on who's paying attention, who's following, who's watching. I have space down here. I get that. Ah, well, we'll get there. All right, let's start the puzzle up again. And we're going to do a custom. I get loaded up and I will take questions, answer, or at least respond to them. I'm not sure I can answer all of them, or any of them for that matter. Sometimes people ask questions to stump the person they're talking to or asking the question of. Uh, there is such a thing as a stupid question. I'm not too worried about it here. I presume that if you're going to hang out with somebody who's playing Sudoku, you're at least going to acknowledge that I'm probably not the least uh, potentially idiotic person around, uh, or the easiest person to make fun of. You can do it anyway. I'm okay with that. Let me see. Meanwhile, I've not had Discord up and running for a long time, so let me see if I can make something useful with that. We get updates and updates and updates of Discord. I wasn't really looking for a blank screen as a result. All right. Not down to this one. Nope. Where's my channel? There we are. Yeah, the note in general. Ah, Hey, it is now midnight, or well, now 3 o'clock. Not midnight. All right. So you get 20 seconds here to grab a screenshot. See if you can get this solved in the time it takes me to solve it. Get another 10 seconds now. 5, 2, and my turn. All right. That's going to be a 2. One of these 4 is going to be a 2. These 2 is going to be a 2. Over here, we get one of these 2 being a 2. And one of these 2 is going to be a 2. And that means this one's going to be a 2. But yes, we still have 4 possibilities here. Okay, 3 possibilities for one there and there. 2 possibilities for one here, which means I've got 2 possibilities down here. Let's see. Like I said, 3 possibilities here, 3 here, 3 here. Everything's open here. And I've got 4 possibilities here. All right, how about 3s? I'll get the 3 going in here. Let's see, 3 possibilities here, 2 possibilities here, 2 here, 2 here. That next narrows this down to 2 here. Okay, 4s. We got a 4 possibility there and another here. And 2 possibilities for a 4 here. 2 possibilities for a 4 here. And 2 here. Okay, 5s. One of these 2 is going to be a 5. Up here, we've got 5 possibilities. 2 possibilities for a 5 here. And 2 possibilities for a 5 there. 3 possibilities here. All right, on to 6s. Nothing, 3 possibilities here. 4 possibilities there. 3 just a single possibility here. And because of that one there, along with this one up here. That means I've now got 3 possibilities here instead of 5. 5 possibilities here yet, except that, oh, no, that's not going to help. And 3 possibilities here and 4 here. All right, 7s. Looks like I've got 4 possibilities for a 7 here, 3 here, 3 possibilities down here, 5 here, and everything else is wide open. Got 8. One of these 2 is an 8. That suggests that one of these 2 is going to be an 8. That gives me 2 possibilities here. An 8 here, not here, 8 here. All right, one of these 2, that's an 8. Let's see, anything else can we do? Well, we still have the 2 here and 2 here. So on to 9s. One of these 2 is a 9. Let's see, I've got 3 possibilities. No, we don't. One of these 2 is going to be a 9 because this blocks this one. This blocks these 2. And we end up with all 3 of these as possibilities. But that means down here, this is a 9. Solves that 2. And one of these 2 is going to be a 9. All right, anything else useful? Well, we've got a 4-3 combo here. Either of these could be a 1, a 2, 3 and 4 here, 5, 6. So one of these two is going to be a 7. The other is going to be a 1. That doesn't help me much. All right, how about over here? Well, neither of these can be a 1, so that's a 1. This is not a 1, that's a 1. That becomes a 7. One of these two is going to be a 1. And let's see, anything else? Nothing locked in. One of these two is going to be a 1. And that's about it. 2929 means this one can't be an 8, so that's an 8. That turns this into not an 8. That's an 8. C. That means what? Now down here we've got a pair. 6 and 7. Not a 9. 6 and 7. So that works up with the 9s and 9, 2 there. One of these three will be a 7 now. How about 4? Oh, we got a 4 here. Okay. 1s, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Got 3 possibilities for a 6. And that's all that I can do there. 1, 2, 3, 4. All 4 of these can be a 5 potentially. 6. Again, all 4 of these can be a 7, 8, and one of these two is going to be a 9. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6 is going to be one of these 3 or 4. One of these two is a 6, means that can't be a 5. That's a 5, which doesn't affect anything there, but it does mean that one of these two is going to be a 5. I've got 3 possibilities here, though. And let's see, anything else? There are possibilities for a 9. One of these two is going to be a 7. That means one of these two is a 7. Why one of these two? Because we know this one can't because of this. It also takes out this one, but doesn't take out this one. This does, though. So one of the, or neither of these, or none of these 3 can be 7, so it has to be one of these 2. Can we do any of that with 1s? Well, not specifically. All right. Okay. Because that's a 3, and none of these can be a 3. This becomes a 3, and that does not. All right. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Still 3 possibilities for 5. 6. 3 possibilities for 7. 8. And 2 possibilities for 9. Two 9, 1s, 3s, 4, 5. So one of these 3 or 4 is going to be a 6. One of these 3 is going to be a 7. got an 8 here. And one of these two is a 9 already. Okay. Okay, I've got 3 possibilities for 1 here. 2, 3, 4. 3 possibilities for 5. 6s. All 4 of these could be a 6. Ah, this one becomes an 8. No, that's not an 8. We already got an 8 in here. Crap. I was hoping I could mark this as this one up here is a 9, but it's not going to work. Okay. Ah, but this one becomes a 3. Okay. One of these two is a 3. One of these two is a 3. Okay. 5, 5, 1, 1, 7, 7, 9, 9, 9. Right here we've got 9, 9, 9, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, and all 4 of these have the possibility of being a 7. All right. I don't like flood filling, but looks like that's what we're going to have to do here. Start down here. One of these 3 is going to be a 7. One of these 3 is going to be a 5. That takes care of that one. We've got 6s in these 3 possibilities. Locked in here. 1s, 2s, 3, 4, 5, 6s. These 2 can't be a 6, but all 4 of these are possibly. Nope, not this one. So 3 possibilities. 7s. 3 possibilities of 7, 8, and 9. Okay. Locked in here. We've got 3 possibilities for a 1 here. Okay, 2, 3, 4. 3 possibilities for a 5. 4 possibilities for a 6. 2 for a 7, 8, and 2 for a 9. All right. And over here we've got 1s, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, and 3 possibilities that are not for 9. And we come here, we got 1, 2, 3. One of these 2 is a 4. One of these 2 is a 5, 6. Everything becomes potentially a 7, 8, and 3 possibilities at a 9. All right, in here, 1s. There, and there. 2s. Looks like we've got 4 corners for 2s. 3, 4, 5. 3 possibilities at a 6. 4 possibilities for a 7, 8, and 9 given. And that means I've got 1 possibility of 7 here. Let's validate that. The other 2 are 4 and 9, and 5, which all have the representatives there. So that's a 7. This cannot be anymore. Neither can this. Okay. Oh, and I suppose we should clean up this square as well. Yay, how about over here? Nope. One 9, 5 6 9, 1 6, and 5 6. 7 6, 5 6, 5 9, 7 5 9. 4 3 4 3. I am thinking it's time to start looking at punts. So if I set this as a 4 and a 6 here, that makes this a 4 with a 3 here. That means neither of these can be a 6. Makes this a nice triple. And we didn't end up with any lockouts, so let's continue on. We'll try down here with a 7 and a 6. Makes this a 5, 9 and 7 here, and 5 here. 6 1 pair here, 9 here, 1 and 7 up here, 9 and 5 here, not a 5 there. No, not a 9 here or here, so 4 and 5 there. So not a 4, not a 9, that's a 2, 9 here. That becomes a 4, 7 6, not a 2 here, 7 6. Okay, I've got a 5 here, so that's not a 5. Neither is that. Also, that's not a 4. So that's a 6, that's a 9, that's a 1, 7, and 5. 6 here, 1 and 2 here. 7 here, not a 6. No, not a 6. A 1 here, not a 1. 6 3 6 3. That makes this a 1. Nope. So we get to back out to a point where that one right there. So that was marked as a 1. Let's go with a 6. Nope, that can't be a 6. All right. I'm going to back out that 9 there. I think that backs off that 5, 2. All right, 7, 9, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6. So let's try flipping that. 6 here and 7 down here. So not a 7 there, 9, 5, 9, 5, 6 here, 1 and 5 here, 7 here now. So not a 7 up there, not a 5 here, that becomes a 6. Not a 6 there, that becomes a 6. Not a 5 here, so this becomes a 5. This becomes a 9, 7 and 1, 9 here. So that becomes a 5. This becomes a 1, cleaning up the 6 that had been sitting around there. Neither of these can be a 1. And that means this is a 1, not a 1 here. 6, 3, 6, 3, so 7 there. All right. This can't be a 9, or can't be a 9 here. So that's a 5. This is a 9. This is a 4. This is a 5. This is a 9. That becomes a 2 and a 9 here. Not a 4 here. So that's a 4. Not a 2 here. That's a 7. 2 here. 7 and 1 here. And we get the 3 and 6 here to complete it. 22 minutes and 9 seconds. Hey, that's not too bad. Not as bad as it could have been. In any case, I want to say thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you have a good time. We'll talk with you again soon, and I wish you all well. I will be back tomorrow with another hard puzzle, and we'll see how that one goes. Take care, everybody.